Hi everybody, welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. So today we'll be learning how to paint this beautiful galaxy. I'll be using some very basic supplies, 300 GSM paper. You can use any paper that you have. Make sure that it is at least above 160 GSM, and jars of water, a palette, and some basic paints and some brushes. Let's look at this galaxy in three parts. Okay, one is the innermost part, which is the lighter shade, and the second would be the brown shade, like the transition to the lightest to the brown shade. Okay, and the third one would be the border of the galaxy, which then blends off into the black space. The first time I went in directly with the paint because I just was feeling very creative that day. And also, if you're a beginner, I think sketching it out, like just like a rough sketch, an oval, just to keep in mind while painting that this is where I need all the paint to go, I think really helps. Majority of the painting I'll be using this brush to paint. Okay, so what we'll do is we need to start mixing the colors, and I'll be using basic colors that you can find in every set so that everybody can do it. And also I'm using acrylics here. So every time I'm taking a shade out of the bottle, I'm not exactly washing my brush after that. I've taken burnt sienna, crimson, orange, ultramarine blue and yellow, and as you can see, this is what happens if I just start, This was the reason I wasn't washing my brush, because it just made brown automatically. So it looks quite dark. We need a lighter shade, so I'll be adding some white to it. So I'm just adding more white to that mixture we just made to make it lighter. So I've randomly started applying the mid-tone. What I'll do is I'll add a lighter shade towards the inner circle, oval. The thing with working with acrylics is that you need to go through a lot of initial ugly phases before you reach the final result. Like, you can always change the direction in which your painting is going, and I like acrylics for that. Like, it's good. But the only thing is you need to be a little quick. While trying to blend, make sure you're using a lot of paint. It makes it easier to blend, and also it doesn't dry as fast when you're using, lesser paint. Blending with acrylics isn't that hard, but I just think every medium has its own pros and cons, and you need to learn how to work with it. And I like acrylics. I really don't have a problem with it. I'm just trying to get that gradient from light to dark. The thing is, I actually don't remember how I painted it the first time. I was feeling very creative that day, and I directly just went in with paints. And somehow I ended up with a pretty galaxy. And now that I think about it, like when I'm filming this tutorial, I feel like it's hard. How did I even do it? It's not hard, I just forgot how I painted it in the first place. Does this happen to any of you, that you forget how you painted something? Or is it just me? I'm pretty sure it's not just me, right? Oh, I think this is going to be too pink. Oops. It is. I think we can just blend it, and we just need a subtle color of pink somewhere, because it was there in the original reference picture. But I don't know, let's see how this is going to look. I'm going in with that light brown shade just to, blend it, make it look a little more subtle. This isn't looking like a galaxy for sure, but it's fine. Okay, so let's start working on the details, because I'm going to cry looking at this. This doesn't look like a galaxy. So I'm taking some dark brown shade. It's going to be the darkest of whatever is present on the paper, and I'll just outline the galaxy. But it's going to be, think of yourself as a kid trying to outline something. Okay, make it imperfect. Just go in very light-handedly and draw crooked lines, but not so crooked. I'm just trying to paint another tiny oval. Keep in mind, don't complete the oval, okay? Leave it open at points. Like, just follow whatever I'm doing and you'll know, because this is so hard to explain. I'm just imitating all the lines that I saw in the original reference picture, but today I'm just recreating my own artwork because I lost that one. So what I'm doing is this, in this process I'm trying to layer the paint and try to get the painting as close as possible to the reference. So wherever it's dark, I'm going in with dark brown, and wherever it needs to be light, I'm going in with light color. And yeah, and the lines, don't forget about the lines. Just look at it as shapes and lines, and I think we'll be fine. I'm taking some gold paint for some more lines. I think gold will look really pretty when the light is reflecting, so that's why. I just mix some light blue color using ultramarine blue and white. Just paint it around the galaxy. Don't worry too much about how it's looking. For now, just paint it. Okay, so if you haven't already noticed, I'm using a black wash paint to paint the empty space because it's got this matte finish which I really like, and for some reason, specifically the Fevicryl black paint, I mean, I know it was supposed to be it, but then the black one is just, it just looks plasticky for some reason, and you can't layer it as much. Okay, it starts to look really cakey and it's just not dark enough. I actually prefer black from Dale Rani's acrylics. I think they're quite matte. I like those. They're dark enough. Now we just need to blend the blue color into the black, okay, so that there's a smooth transition from blue to black. We're almost 50% through, or maybe 70%. So at this point we're just trying to add more details and get it as close as possible to the reference picture. So I'm adding very tiny details, like I'm darkening the lines at some points and lightening it in some points. And if you want the actual reference photo, you can check out my Instagram for that. The original artwork will be posted there, and you just need to look at it and try to recreate it as close as you can. Finally, it's time for the fun part of the painting where we'll be splattering paints in all colors. I've used white, orange, crimson, yellow, gold, everything. I have two ways of splattering paints. One is running your finger through the bristles, and the other is just hitting one paintbrush with another paintbrush. So I'm pretty sure you know how to splatter paints, or is it called sprinkle? It's definitely called splatter, right? Yeah, so now adding some final touches, just lightening some areas, and you can add more stars. You can go in manually add more stars, like bigger ones, and yeah, just add whatever you want. And I think with this we're done. Let me show you a close-up of how the gold paint looks when it's reflected. Like, can you see that? It's beautiful. I think painting galaxies are just so much fun and doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just have fun. Don't come at me saying this doesn't look like a galaxy. I can do better. Please don't say that. I'm having fun and I hope you had fun too. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.